Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and of course Top Gun 3 has been announced. They are pushing forward with it, they are looking for it to come out soon, and now we're getting a shortlist for directors. Christopher McQuarrie's name has been floated about, but he won't be doing it as he seems to be focusing on King Conan. So, the names that are being floated about, we're going to have a look at because, to be quite honest, 2 of them out of 4 are not good choices at all, and you have to really ask yourself, why would they even be in contention? But let's have a look anyway. So it says, during CinemaCon, Paramount and Skydance CEO David Ellison revealed to the audience that Top Gun 3 is officially in the works. Leading man Tom Cruise is set to reprise his iconic role as Pete Maverick Mitchell, with Jerry Bruckheimer once again producing. No surprises there. I believe just about everyone from Maverick is coming back as well, like Glenn Powell and all of these guys. So while Ellison may have been a tad premature in announcing the film, as it is still a long way from heading into production, we now have formal confirmation that a script is indeed being written. This, however, was not exactly a new development. Top Gun Maverick co-writer Aaron Kruger, I'm not sure how you'd pronounce it, was hired to pen the script 2 years ago, and Christopher McQuarrie is also believed to be involved, having revealed last year that he had cracked the script's story. So it seems like he might only be working on the story with them. So what was left out of that recent announcement, however, was the name of a director for the sequel. Joseph Kosinski helmed, I think that's how you pronounce it, helmed Top Gun Maverick, but with him tied up with Miami Vice 85, which I believe is the Michael B. Jordan, and who is it that's meant to be in that with him? Can't remember. I doubt that movie's going to work. The other Miami Vice movie didn't work. I doubt this one will. It has been confirmed he won't be back for the sequel. Naturally, many fans assumed Cruise would turn to longtime collaborator Christopher McQuarrie to take the helm, but a new report from the Insider claims that McQuarrie is also not in consideration after Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning both underperformed at the box office. I highly doubt it's the fact that they went, oh, it underperformed. It's because of what's coming up here. McQuarrie will instead tackle a Conan the Barbarian sequel with Arnold Schwarzenegger and is in early stages of developing a Battlefield movie with Michael B. Jordan. There's why he won't be involved. It's not that the other 2 movies underperformed, it's that he's already tied up with not 1 but 2 other movies. So while Top Gun 3 won't be the next time they work together, the 2 do have a number of other projects in the works, including an original action thriller film with franchise potential. And I think that's meant to be the sci-fi movie, isn't it? I think so. An original song and dance musical, good God, and a film centered around Cruise's breakout Tropic Thunder character Les Grossman. Now that would be cool if that one happens. So, with Kosinski and McQuarrie out of the running, who is actually up for the job? Snyder reports that the names being considered include John M. Chow of Wicked and G.I. Joe Retaliation, Joachim Roning, I have no idea how you actually pronounce the name, of Tron Ares and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales, and the directing duo of Alib Al-Arib and Bayal Farala, I can never pronounce those guys' names, of Bad Boys, Ride or Die and Ms. Marvel. If any of them land a job, it would be their first time working with Cruise. Now here's the thing. The first name, John M. Chow, what a horrendous decision to go for. Number 1, G.I. Joe Retaliation is an abomination of a movie. Like, the 2 G.I. Joe movies are horrendous, but G.I. Joe Retaliation is an abomination of a movie. And then Wicked. What makes you look at a movie like Wicked and go, that's the person to film and direct Top Gun? The next dude, or however the hell you pronounce his name, Tron Ares. The thing literally just crashed and burned not all that long ago. Like, absolutely killed any future installments in the Tron movie franchise. And Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, I find that movie fine. It's not great, but I don't think it's terrible. But at the same time, it did not light the box office on fire, and people were really looking at it going, yeah, this was a misdirect. So far, you've two absolutely terrible choices. The third choice, which is technically two directors, these two guys who did Bad Boys and Ms. Marvel, they're an interesting one because you can see where they could absolutely work for it when you look at the likes of Bad Boys. But then you think to yourself, have they got what it takes for something like Top Gun? Because when you look at their other credits, it's kind of like, I don't know, they might be too young in their directing years, you know. It could be the fact that it's like you're looking at it going, I can see it working, but at the same time, I think it's too soon for you to take on a movie like this. I don't know about them two. Do you know who could be a good choice to do it? The guy who directed, I don't know if he directed the second one, but the guy who directed Extraction, the Chris Hemsworth movie on Netflix, he could be a good choice. With how he did the character's story as well as the action, that could work. But these so far seem to be the only names being floated about. So whether or not that actually happens, or if these guys are even in contention, I don't know. You know, this is coming from Jeff Snyder, so you can take it or leave it. But when you hear the first two names and you see the movies they worked on, you immediately go, why would you even consider these guys? When Wicked didn't make $1 billion, but okay. But then I don't know if they did Wicked 2, which also pretty much underperformed according to everybody. But G.I. Joe Retaliation, like, that's their foray into the action. It's terrible. And then, of course, Tron Ares, you're looking at that guy, it's like, why would you pick the people who are like, they did movies and the movies bombed? They'd be perfect to do Top Gun. I just don't see that. The other two guys, you always think they're brothers. I don't think they are brothers. But it's the case of, you can see how they could work for it, but at the same time, you can also see how it might be a bit too much and too much of a big property for these guys at this stage in their career. It's an interesting one. But when you're floating around the ideas of directors, yeah, Christopher McQuarrie could be good. As I said, the dude who did Extraction could be good. Do you know who else could be good? The guy who's currently doing the John Rambo prequel and that did Sisu. I can never pronounce his first name, but Helander is his second name. He could be an interesting choice as well if they were looking towards him. But it's really one of these questions of, what's the story going to be? How much kind of control does Tom Cruise have? Which would no doubt be a lot. And who would they trust to come in and work on the movie? But the 2 out of 4 names are terrible. The other 2, of course, are a duo. But yeah, I just don't know about them guys. But what do you guys think? What do you think of the names that have been mentioned? And who would you think could be a good director for Top Gun 3? You heard my couple of picks. Who would you pick? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and hit that hype button and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.